Yeah, man, say all praises and honor to Yahweh, Barashem Yahushua, Barashem Yahushua, and double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Graven Stone, Shalom, to all the brothers them out there across the world, pushing this truth. Shalom also to the few sisters out there. Yeah, this is a brother from the Jamaica camp, Yashamai.
I war.
I know I speak on, this crisis that take place now, in Haiti, because that's one of the main things we see now pushing the news. Even on the local news out in Jamaica, right? You have a lot of people, speak about, what will take place in Haiti, right? And we see, how the Haitians basically, they're known to be a rebellious, people from way back, going back to the Haitian Revolution, them and the French, right? And this, them former Prime Minister. 2021, I believe, they basically assassinate. They put in a puppet now, as can't see it take place now. And the Haitians basically them want to overthrow the government. Right? And that basically is an example or a preview of what to come worldwide, because scripture speak about civil war, sedition among men that will take place worldwide, especially in America, where the after Jacob's trouble will take place. Right, and you have the Secretary of State, come to Jamaica now, to speak on the whole Asian thing. Right? So see, things happen. Right, I know the so-called Jamaicans are against the whole thing from a long time, because they say we already have a problem out in Jamaica, have one of the highest crime rate out in Jamaica, right? And them say our Prime Minister is supposed to send nobody to Haiti because we already have a problem here we can't deal with. So now we see the Secretary of State come to Jamaica now. Right? What I mean, what brother?
Them always talk about the gun for drugs trade between Jamaica and Haiti and all of that.
Yeah,
because them have links. Out here with people from Jamaica we got carry, them drugs, maybe weed or whatever them have. Go Haiti and them get guns and bring over, man. See? So all of them things here can rise up something in Jamaica also.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, a lot of shipment of guns come to Jamaica.
Yeah.
That, especially, in this parish, Portland.
Can.
Right? I was even videos back then with him, our superintendent. I speak about how much the gun them find. I think a couple years back, how much gun them find, in Jamaica, where they come from Haiti.
Can.
So anything now can start like that out here in Jamaica. Right? It's a matter of time. But we know we actually live in, in the time when the scripture speak about, you're going to be what? Sedition among men. Right? And keep on growing, from 2020. Yeah. That spirit been growing straight.
Yeah. Well, scripture says for iniquity shall abound,
the love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah. And yesterday, you remember get a video on my phone yesterday where police go basically arrest a young man in a neighborhood in Kingston, man. And everybody was like attacking the police. Like nobody now respect for the authority no more, man, in a certain place. People all hold on for the police, them gun, zin, and a draw and a fling the police around and all of that, man. Yeah, them situations they see take place. People are no fear for the police them no more, man. So we are look forward for anytime things happen, man. People also get, outrage.
Yeah, and the reason why it's happening because the so-called Jamaicans they don't really fear the police force, because they know that the system right, how things set out in Jamaica,
Can.
So they don't really fear the police force. They fear the gunman them.
Can.
Because they know the gunman them basically do things on a business, but the police them they know they have to go deal with certain thing in order. Right?
Can I bring out Ezra? Let us bring out the precept, man.
The second Ezra
15
and verse 1.
Yes, so 2 Ezra 15 and verse 1 says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord.
Exactly. So that's what basically doing right now, speaking of the ears of the Lord's people, the word of prophecy, because sedition also Bible prophecy. Right? World War III. Right, the MOTB, which basically, mentioned in Revelation 13 and 16 and down. It's also Bible prophecy. The famine of the world. Right, all these things go back to Bible prophecy. Right, I will see all hell above break close in the day now soon. Based off all the things I've seen happening you know, at the same time.
Literal famine too.
Yeah.
Literal famine gonna come.
Yeah.
It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
God.
Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the infidelity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
God. Up to the 14.
Down to 14.
Yeah, man.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and verse 14 says, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another.
Yes, it's talking about what? You know, civil war,
God.
race war, class war, sex war, male against female. Right, that's basically what's coming. Especially in America. Right, go on?
Yeah, we
have-
talking about Haiti now, but we see the situation that take place in America with the migrant situation.
Yeah.
See, we have a lot of plans for happen. You hear talks of a pending terrorist attack in America and all them stuff. Them.
Yeah, God.
And so any day you know we can look for some serious shit start happening.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But that's the time we're living in.
Yeah.
Well, man.
It says, and swords in their hands,
God.
for there shall be sedition among men.
There shall be what? Sedition among men. There's going to be what? Sedition among men. People coming up against the government, coming up against the police for like what took place in Haiti. Right? They're trying to overthrow the government. The puppet leader, what they basically put in Haiti. Right? So all hell breaking loose in Haiti.
Says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Yeah, I want to say, this is let me care about the leadership no more in Haiti.
Right.
Because them it's what I'm going to say a video with our police, what they do to the policeman.
Yeah.
In Haiti. Right? That's a preview of what to come.
About two or three police, you see them slaughter, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Yeah, a lot of Haitians are free from, you know, Haiti to even Jamaica.
Yeah.
Especially this parish, you know, because, you know, when they left Haiti, them majority of them I think come to this side.
Yeah, because that's where the current drift on the side, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, and as the scripture says, a man shall desire to go into a city and cannot be able. Because right now, them say no flights in or out of Haiti at this point in time, man. You see? A place like Haiti. You see? Now the flights can't go in or out. See? Everything stands still at this point.
Right.
See? So the scripture tell about the things that will come up. But Haiti is actually right now is the example of things to come.
Yeah.
Greater things, man. Yeah? Continue.
Says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Yeah, men be afraid. People say men's heart feeling them for fear. You know, for the things that them see coming up on the earth. Right? A lot of people going to have heart attack to the level of chaos, you know, above basically hit this, you know, hit this planet. Possibly in this year is on the year of hope, year of Jacob's struggle.
Right.
Right, so you know, anything can happen anytime now. Right?
Says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor,
Gone?
who shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation.
The lack of bread. As the brother mentioned earlier about famine. Right? People want to basically kill each other for food.
Gone.
Right? One thing a mackerel, one thing a sardine.
There have been talks of cannibalism in Haiti right now.
Right.
I mean, because them say men eating men's flesh over there. Men, you know, yeah. You know, in a time of hunger and lack of food, the mind go crazy and resort to different things, man. So anything you see come as food to you in a time of hunger, man. Yeah? Yeah, that's something.
Right. Exactly. That's it. Or the man think about his feelings.
Yeah, can.
It says, behold, said Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me.
This is an article from DW News. It says 80 regional powers holds crisis meeting in Jamaica. That's in Jamaica here. Jamaica land they love. It says U.S., Canadian, French, and Caribbean envoys gathered in Jamaica on Monday to discuss what Guyana's president called a dire security situation in Haiti. Gangs in the lawless country say they aim to oust the government. Yes, so they want to overthrow the government in Haiti at the moment, as the act been talking about.
They don't want that government, they want to overthrow a puppet. There's a puppet leader.
Yeah. Says
And they know.
Says U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken arrived in Jamaica on Monday for emergency talks also involving Canada, France, the UN and Caribbean countries seeking to solve the flare-up of violence in Haiti. It says it was not clear whether Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry locked out of his own country by the violence and last said to be in Puerto Rico would attend the session. Says he's facing increasing pressure to either resign or agree to a transitional council. Yes. So even the Prime Minister or President have run out of him own country and I look refuge in our next country at this point in time. So the scripture said sedition among men. See? Men invading them own presidents, them own prime minister, kings, they not regard them kings nor them princes. Them take up the course of action and them own power at this time. See? Yeah. Says the meeting was organized by a member of the regional trade bloc known as CARICOM, which for months had pressed for a transitional government in Haiti as protests called for Henry's resignation. Then the international community must work together with Haitians towards a peaceful political transition. U.S. Assistant Secretary for Western Hemisphere Affairs Brian Nicholas said online ahead of the meeting, which was but hey, they shall seek peace, but there shall be none. We ain't a time for no peace, man. Actually, it's a time of war we ain't now. Yeah?
Jeremiah 16 and verse 3 says, "For thus said the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begot them in this land, they shall die of grievous deaths."
Yeah, basically, this time, as Peter said, supposed to have no son and daughter because, the time we're living in, it's going to be a very terrible time.
But,
things happen.
Who get them, you get them.
Yeah, and the most I basically protect your family.
Yeah, your spirit, your right? And believe, yeah.
And I believe the word grievous go back to, disease. Right?
That's gonna be rampant.
Yeah, lot of disease gonna release. He's gonna go all out. Once they have them place, center of disease control.
Can.
Right? So you know what gonna happen in the time to come. When all hell break loose. As people say, they're gonna be like a madman spear none.
Can.
So they're gonna use everything. Everything gonna basically, they're gonna fling at us.
Can.
Right, in the time to come. Because it's gonna be the time of trouble like never since there was a nation. Right? But how about Shemerisha are gonna be with us? We believe that, if we continue on, on this path to the end. Right? Finish, brother?
It says, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the foes of heaven and for the beasts of the earth.
A lot of dead bodies.
That's what's gonna come, man.
Exactly.
We can see it. We can see all them situations what happen.
Yeah.
Different places in the world. You see that we are talking about Haiti now. All these things. Because you have dead bodies over there in the street in Haiti now. You probably have that bodies over there rot. Because you have a lot of gun violence. You have the military shooting, fighting against when them say the lawlessness of some outlaws over there. military are fire at them. So you have dead bodies that drop and maybe you have bodies that rot over there now where we can't get take up. All of that. See? It says it says Second Chronicles 16 and 17 says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning.
Yeah, so what see happen, especially from 2020 coming up till now, is the beginning of sorrows, beginning of what to come. We are more worse things there ahead. Now we actually, seeing that take place, coming up from 2020 as I mentioned, right? Go on.
See? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death,
Go on.
the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear.
Yeah, all these leaders across the world are going to tremble. Right? I mentioned about even, Haiti prime minister or president seek refuge in a different country. Right? All these leaders are going to tremble. The level of case about to come up on the earth, all of them going to shake. Right? They're going to shake to the level of case that come up on the earth. Even the elites them. That's how far it's going to reach. The elites them, were basically in control of the society or this world, staging, certain world events or engineering certain events, certain things to take place. Even them are shake to the level of where they're going to reach. Right? Go on.
Well, we can just bring out a sharp one. We just say the poor shall stand in fear. Let's bring out this.
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 1 says, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Continue.
It says, while the sun or the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few.
Because the keepers of the house are going to tremble. Right? The leaders, right? The politicians, the economic forecasters, right? Even the celebrities.
Yeah.
People look up to in the society, them are going to tremble.
To the case, them are going to come and the economic collapse, You see talks of a lot of people losing them side jobs them are doing in America and them thing there. Digging at the news now. See? Out there. See? Like people, they work 2 or 3 jobs. Some people do the Uber service. All of them things that the government are planning to take away right now. So all them things that are gonna lead up to some civil unrest, man. See? In America, man, because when people start get the stress start to people and them find out so them can't make enough money to live up to them daily means, you know what's gonna happen. Them are gonna lawless and start steal, rob, and that is what the powers that be planned to take place. To a higher level, your how Basham Shai prophecies to be fulfilled.
Right.
You see it? Yeah. Yeah. That we finished?
No. Says, and those that look out the window will windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and it shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
God.
So you see what's happening in the music now. Total madness you see it take place now, especially out in Jamaica, listen type of music where these artists or these so-called celebrities out there produce all different type of madness. Shopping.
Yeah.
Witchcraft, boozing, all type of madness. If it finish, this society is finished. All around the check it out. Everything coming to an end. Right? So that's it, brother.
One of the biggest song them on repeat right now, I shouldn't say a hit and run. This is where it basically portray young women to be whores, to be promiscuous.
Bring themselves all over the place.
It get a lot of traction, both out here and international.
Yeah, because you see it at the spirit at the time,
Right.
So they have to do things if they show up them to declare them sin. For the punishment coming.
Right.
Yeah? So even Yahweh Bashim Shai put that spirit on them, bring out these things, man. Because all of the music have influence on the people. See? Yeah? See? It says the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death. That's the second Ezra 16 and 18. And great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. See? The beginning of evils, and what shall I do when these evils shall come?
Run.
See? It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these, they shall not turn from their wickedness,
Run.
nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Yes, because if all these things will be taking place on the earth, especially from 2020 coming up, the lockdowns, all these, wars and rumors of war, 2020 start off, with a bang, with that Iranian, general,
God, yeah.
them basically kill back then and have a lot of, news coming out about, talk of World War III and all these things. People are basically afraid. Last year I believe you have a major earthquake shake out in Jamaica.
God.
Shake up a lot of so-called Jamaicans. And the so-called Jamaicans are afraid. Right? So you kind of cool off, no earthquake, shake again. So as soon as things kind of ease out, that's Jake, then gone back to regular life. So all these things, all these scourges, all this punishment, all the things the Heavenly Father have been doing, people still don't have turned from the wickedness.
Hey, the scripture said the prudent man forsake the evil eye at himself. See? It says, behold, victual shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Yeah. Greatest confusion ever exists. Upon the earth right now. Greatest madness.
Can.
And
Lawless society.
right.
Do what thou will. This world we're living in, this Western world. Right?
It says, for many of them that dwell on the earth shall perish of famine.
Yeah, because the Heavenly Father gonna punish people.
Can.
Right, in all different style. As scripture saying Isaiah 13 verse 11. How, right? So they're going to punish the world for their evil, right? And the wicked for their iniquity, right? In all different styles, the brother mentioned about the quote scripture in Jeremiah. He said, I'm going to point 4 kinds over you, right?
Mm.
So even if I'm going to bring, a lot of things upon the earth, I'm going to drive back that fear, the fear where
Right.
these Eden nations they once have,
Can.
and all the time people going to learn the fear even if the hard way. And they can't learn the easy way, they're going to learn the hard way. The things they might do on the earth right now.
Can.
I've got to get it ready to do on the earth. Right?
There's another one precept here in 2 Ezra 16 when you read, how much time the Lord mentioned famine in this, man? Famine.
A terrible way to die.
Yeah.
Right.
People say better die by the sword than die,
Right. You can look at what take place in 18 hour, for example, right? Because with the breakdown of the governing bodies,
Can.
you see me, the order of how the city or the country would have run, you see me now going to do that again.
Can.
You see me the importation of goods, you see me
Can.
the dictating of prices
Can.
and all of that. The supermarkets, the stores, you see me, all of them they are going to be unlocked.
Break down and burn with fire and all them stuff.
Right, are broken through and
Yeah.
steal and rob and all of that. So if the situation for evil continue to get worse, right, then it will move to a point wherein the people them not gonna have any food imported.
So I start hearing about famine.
Can,
People
because-
die of famine, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, hunger, starvation. It says, for many of them that dwell on the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape hunger shall the sword destroy. Yes.
That's what the scripture says. If they die by the sword, then die of famine.
Can.
I go and bury the scripture.
This is Jeremiah 15 and verse 1 says, Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward his people, cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, Whither shall we go forth? Then shalt thou tell them, Thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death,
Yeah, such as for death to death. Right, that's what even the Father, are doing things as I mentioned earlier. Such as for death to death. One,
such as for the sword to the sword,
such as are for the sword to the sword. So you're gonna get get destroyed by sword, you're gonna get destroyed by something else.
Gone.
Right, go on.
and such as for the famine to the famine,
Gone.
and such as for the captivity to the captivity.
Yeah, the concentration camp, because a lot of people gonna get brought to concentration camp or FEMA camps. Right, the teen centers, these men gonna use in the time to come. Basically give them a digital device. You're gonna bring people to these places, give them a see here.
Done.
Because according to prophecy, basically what take place. Right? Total chaos will take place, and it means that these are gonna haul you from your house by your day and bring it to certain places to give you a digital device in your hand.
Great insurrection.
Yeah.
And all them that fear the Lord.
Right?
Says,
My brother?
and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, said the Lord, the sword to slay,
Gone.
and the dogs to tear.
So it's because my lads I'm gonna find 4 kinds. So even the Father, all these in all different style. 4 kinds, a dog to tear. So even the dogs are gonna tear flesh in the time to come. Go on?
And the foes of the heaven,
Yeah, you put the vultures.
and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
Exactly. Right?
Mhm.
That's basically what getting ready to take place. So what's happening here is just the beginning of what to come worldwide, especially in America. Right? All it is getting ready to basically break loose.
Gone.
If you check it with our people mindset out here in Jamaica, them feel like say they are covered or they are blessed by the Most High.
Yeah.
Right, because right next door Haiti they to it.
Yeah.
Even in certain Pan American countries, where in the society they are down far right now, them think the same, that these things can never reach them as a society.
Gone.
I pity them to know. Say, well, the Most I save the best for last.
Yeah.
Some people say when they hear some war go on in one place, them say them can't stay up there with them war. Or when them are do about for them country now fake way or whatever, man. See? And that's another mindset for you, man. If you have the mindset that you know, say, boy, anything will happen one place, it can take place at any place at any time, man. Yeah?
For example, checking the economy, isn't it? Not the economy, the gun for drugs trade,
Gone.
isn't it? Where we take place from Haiti to Jamaica, which is a big thing, major thing out here for the dons and the inner cities and all of them. Some of them.
Gone.
If that break down, man, we say what will be the result of that.
Violence. See? 2 Corinthians 6 and 22 says, and suddenly shall the sown place appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Right.
And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid.
Yeah.
Then at that time shall friends fight one against another,
Yeah, people are
like enemies.
People are get scared, as I mentioned earlier. Right? I'll quote the scripture in Luke. Man's heart feeling them for fear. Right? So people are going to lose it and they're not going to bug out. They don't know what to do. Because they lose them hope what they have in the society, because they say it's finished.
Gone.
Things not going to way how them used to it. Right? So they're going to lose it because they don't know how the hope shot.
Gone.
But we, the difference between we and them, we have hope in Heavenly Father. We're looking for the end of the society, while they're looking for this to continue. So people going to lose it and then see, right? Them bank account, but them basically
Gone.
work so hard, if you achieve certain things, certainly money if you can have it in the bank, and they're not used to them.
Gone.
So that's basically what I'm living for.
Yeah.
Right, so people are going to lose it too.
Like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear, see, with those that dwell therein.
Run.
The springs of the fountains shall stand still,
Run.
and in 3 hours they shall not run. It says, 2 Corinthians 14 and 14, it says 13, it says, now therefore get thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them that be in trouble,
Yeah.
and now renounce corruption. In, let go from the immortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Yes, greater evil now we actually see it take place right now.
God,
Greater things always say happen right now, even what take place in Haiti. Right? This is just the beginning, as I mentioned, of what to come, because it's going to be way more worse than that. Right?
God.
So with that, let's say all praises and honor to you, and double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Blinken Stone. Shalom to all the brothers and shalom also to the few sisters. Yeah, we're going to leave Babylon soon, you know. Yeah, shalom.
Shalom.